Alrighty, this is the engineer light. You can hear the demon closing the door. This is the engineer light, just like it was during the cloudy state, having nothing to do with what is the fake sun in its zenith over me, while a demon crosses path whose name you know. License 8GEN638 under the fake sun. That's not going to be in the same manner, where the entity is stalking over the apartment. That's all of the city of Ontario. That's engaging in a sex offense with a psychopath that was butt naked, pacing in the kitchen with the mental health patients using the voice of their children of unit number 41, while the fake sun is off of a windshield of a vehicle parked in this park, doing the same thing at 9:46 in the morning of the vehicle that's parked behind them under the carport. That's duration of time analysis, while you use their psychotic illusions in order to prosecute public corruption. This is the entity that is gang stalking in the specific environment, which is irreconcilable with nature, and it's also informing with regard to the propaganda in this country, and that which is not any actual diagnosis of mental illness, and what is no lawful authority to keep any American citizen against their will inside of any hospital or mental ward where the entity is engaging in this pattern of conduct that's readily identified in the specific environment. This is where the demon-possessed and mentally ill Ontario Police Department were gang stalking at 1:04 p.m. via helicopter, and this is where that sex offender is gang stalking. If you're the entity that has the fake sun reflecting off of this windshield, it's reflecting off of this windshield at 9:46 in the morning, 9:46 a.m. Let's count the time together. It's 1:44. That would be 9, 10, 11, 12. 4 hours later, the entity is engaging in what is documented, conclusive, tangible evidence where there is no imagination, there's no hallucinating regarding the malice whereby psychopaths and sex offenders that take their clothes off, pacing around like delusional actual mental health patients, monitoring someone while they are aware of the fact that they're going to be on video butt naked, pacing around like a delusional mental health patient, monitoring with the demons that use helicopters, speaking to a lot of money that's used to engage in gang stalking. While I am in the midst of capturing the podcast evidence, this is speaking to the pattern of conduct, in addition to what is the entity that is gang stalking in Los Angeles, like I documented at the same time of year in Los Angeles, California, where the sun at Alvarado Gardens is not creating any sun inside of a dark living room, where the sun inside of a dark living room is not going to create dynamic light, like I documented throughout my podcast, while that same mental health patient that took her clothes off, pacing around like a psychopath, monitoring on video, is inside of her bedroom, and engineer light was moving across the ceiling, which I've already documented the entity stalking with light. That's what this is, stalking with light. That's what the fake sun is, stalking with light, where surveillance is underway. This is not the operation of nature. This is the entity that is gang stalking in a readily identifiable environment, and it has nothing to do with what is the actual sun that would not be here 6 hours later, setting in alignment to me, and it also speaks to what is not the sun that is in the same manner over me at any time of day, let alone from rise until set, like I documented in Los Angeles at Alvarado Gardens, where the LAPD is engaged in a gang stalking pattern of conduct, just like the Ontario Police Department that are being disbanded. Okay, and they are being permanently removed from law enforcement because of their mental illness, which renders them disqualified, aside from their repeated acts of kidnapping as a corrupt department seeking to obstruct justice while they engage in the U.S. government's P.O.C., a federal group stalking and monitoring in California. It's currently 1:46 p.m. This is P.O.C.